Our guest on Cattle Call this week is Congressman Paul Ryan, who's put together a plan and a discussion draft about how to help people out of poverty through our free enterprise system. Paul, thanks for being our guest on Cattle Call.
Good to be with you.
Now, tell me what you're doing.
Well, we wanted to take a look at the federal government's response to poverty, given that this is the 50th anniversary on the war on poverty. We've spent trillions of hardworking taxpayer dollars on the war on poverty, yet we have the highest poverty rates in a generation. And so we wanted to look at how could we do a better job? How could we do a better job of actually measuring the success on the war on poverty, not on how much money we spend or effort or inputs or programs created, but on results, on outcomes. Are we getting people from welfare to work? Are we successfully moving people out of poverty? And the answer is no. And so what we wanted to do was tackle this issue in a comprehensive way to come up with new ideas that actually get people out of poverty and work with local communities, work with the free enterprise system, work with important values like getting people from welfare to work. We did welfare reform in 1996. It was very successful, but it reformed one program. There are dozens of others that need the same kind of reforms with an eye on results, getting people from welfare to work. And so this is a series of reforms that we've produced to get a conversation going about how to make sure that we can restore opportunity and upward mobility in this country, especially for low-income people who in many ways are trapped into poverty because of sort of the perverse incentives of federal programs as they're now currently designed.
And the discussion draft will go through discussions here in Congress.
Right.
Do you anticipate it being converted to legislation next year?
Yes. So the goal here is to put out a plan and get constructive feedback from all different people. I spent about a year and a half going around the country listening to people who are on the ground fighting poverty successfully, getting good ideas. And what I learned was the federal government was sort of being arrogant and top-down. We need to support those who are fighting poverty in our communities. So we put out a plan that respects that. And we're now trying to solicit input. So then next year we can put pen to paper and start legislating to have another round of welfare reform with the idea of really having a successful system that fully recognizes the potential of everybody and helps get them from welfare to work.
And you've seen the potential of using the free enterprise system
Absolutely.
and self-reliance to help bring people out of poverty.
What we learned was work works. It's the best bridge to a better life, and we need to make sure that all of our policies focus on that and that they respect the innovative solutions that are out there in our communities instead of having this sort of federal government one-size-fits-all top-down approach that ends up displacing and crowding out good ideas at our local levels that can actually be successful.
People who watch Cattle Call will have an opportunity to participate in this debate as well. And we invite people who view Cattle Call to contact Paul Ryan through his House Budget Committee website or his office website and share your ideas. Paul, thank you so much for being our guest on Cattle Call. And have a happy time in August with your family and your constituents.
I will. Thank you very much.
For this week's Cattle Call, I'm Cynthia Lummis.